right.
Whenever you guys are ready.
All right, Chief, what happened today?
All right, so approximately 11:58 this morning, we received calls for shots fired at the Cotton Branch Funeral Home here on South Florissant Road. Within a couple of minutes, less than 2 minutes, we had a first officer arrived on the scene. He immediately called out for an officer in need of aid. It's complete chaos. We had hundreds of individuals attending this funeral, numerous individuals obviously running in different directions. We began putting out descriptions of individuals, getting witnesses' statement, and based off of that, we were able to stop a couple people, persons of interest that was possibly involved with this. We also recovered a couple guns. This is still early on in the investigation. We're still looking into things. However, it was 6 people that was injured total. 3 were gunshot wound victims, and the other individuals were just injured just through the chaos.
Just talk about how this is a tragedy when someone else is visiting a funeral and their loved one.
Anytime you have a shooting, it's a tragedy in our community, of course, but it's kind of unfortunate, because you have loved ones that come to a funeral to grieve, a member of their family, and unfortunately, subjected to this type of chaos.
Talk to us about where the gunshots were at.
So it's still early on in the investigation, but preliminary information showed that some of the gunshots came from outside, and there may also been gunshots that were occurred inside the funeral home.
Can you tell us whether or not there was a feud between individuals? There was retaliation? Anything that you could say about that?
Yeah, again, we don't know. It's still early on. I know this sounds, like I say, we're just early on in the investigation.
Any suspects apprehended?
We have several people of interest apprehended at this particular time.
Now, we counted at least 31 markers outside. How many gunshots do you think?
Again, you're asking questions that's very preliminary. We're still counting those things. We're still interviewing witnesses. Again, we're still trying to interview individuals that we have in custody. So everything right now is very preliminary. What I'm doing this afternoon is just giving you the facts of what we know as of right now.
Do we know the conditions of the victims?
Yeah, those gunshot victims that she was saying, what's the condition?
Non-life-threatening injuries.
So the gunshots were coming from outside and inside?
We're still looking into that, but preliminary information saying that both could have happened.
Give me the fuck up out of here! I don't know what the fuck going on, but y'all got me fucked. Come on, Kalia! Kalia, this way! Kalia! Get up! Kalia, come right here! Right here! Why is there? Oh my God.
They said,
Oh my God, y'all. Jesus Christ.
they said he got shot.
Oh
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy 1K News and Reactions back at it with another video today. But before we get into the topic of our video, y'all already know what to do, man. Show your boy some love by hitting that like and hitting that subscribe button for me. Remember, all support is welcome and appreciated, and none of it goes unnoticed, family. I really appreciate y'all. I'm new to this YouTube thing. I don't have many subscribers, but I'm appreciative for everybody who has subscribed and who has tapped in and showed support. So once again, thank you. So now getting right into the topic of our video for today, we have a shooting that took place in St. Louis at a funeral, which left multiple people injured. Now, fortunately, no lives were lost in this shooting. However, it's still a tragedy because a day that was supposed to be a peaceful celebration for a life gone too soon turned into chaos. Now, the funeral was being held for the young man you see in this picture right here, 19-year-old Stefan Marmon. And before I continue this video any further, I want to say, R.I.P. Stefan, and my condolences to your family, brother. A young life lost too soon due to gun violence, and something we see a lot in our community. So unfortunate and so tragic. Now, Stefan actually lost his life earlier this month due to being shot and killed on his birthday. A day that's supposed to be a celebration of his life turned into the same day his life got taken away. Now, as you see, St. Louis has always been active, right? It's constantly at the top of America's most dangerous cities and has a very high crime rate year in and year out and murder rate. Now, Stefan was a local rapper in St. Louis who went by the rap name of HB. He has videos out there 3 to 4 years old, which means he started rapping when he was around 14 or 15 years old and has been on the rap scene in St. Louis for some while now. Now, it's said that Stefan was gang affiliated with the Blood Set in St. Louis, known as Smack Team, right? And as you can see, he was definitely living some type of way and was in the streets. Now, we all know what being in the streets comes with. Either jail or death. One of the two. Unfortunately, for Stefan, it meant death at only the young age of 19. Now, the details surrounding his death is alleged that he was actually set up and backdoored by someone on his birthday, resulting in him being shot and killed. You know, it's a sad thing when you're in the streets. You never really know who you could trust. You think the only people you got to look out for is your enemies, but really the whole time you got some snakes in your circle who want to slime you out or get you taken off this earth. And it's a tragic thing to see when you choose that life, that that's the way it can go. Now, even though Stefan was in the streets and gang banging before his untimely demise, doesn't mean had he got the chance to continue to live that he couldn't have changed his life around for the better. You know, that's the sad thing. That's what sucks the most. He never got the chance. We all know that maturity comes with time and age. And I believe Stefan at 19 would have been a different Stefan had he got to see 22 or 23 once he experienced the streets and seen that nothing positive comes from it, but losing friends and losing freedom and possibly your own life, like what happened to Stefan. Now, before I uploaded this video, I got a chance to listen to some of his music. And to be honest, bro had a cool little flow, you know. I didn't hear him dissing ops like that or dissing the dead like that, but he was still in the street life. And nothing good never comes from that, you know. Now, with being a rapper and actively in the streets, it puts a lot of unwanted attention on you, you know what I mean? You'll have people who press to do something to you simply because you got a little clout or buzz in y'all city or in y'all neighborhood, right? And yeah, obviously that could be your ops, with their sole mission being to take you off the earth. But it could also be the people you trust and surround yourself with, like it was for Stefan. You know, people he thought he could trust with his life are the same reason he isn't here living today. And when you're in that street life and you living like that, that's what comes with it, unfortunately. You know, that's why I notice some of the biggest rappers today who really live that life and have that street background all said they had to leave the street life alone and focus on their craft to reach their full potential. You know what I'm saying? But like I said earlier in the video, it was a decision, unfortunately, Stefan never got to make. But this situation is just crazy in general, you know? Because while it's not uncommon to hear about ops sliding on one of their dead rivals' funerals, if you listen to what the officer said earlier in the video, he mentioned the fact that it was possibly shots that came from inside of the funeral, which is just crazy, you know? A day that's supposed to be a celebration of a young life gone too soon ends in horror and chaos, man, you know? St. Louis get active. Like, because that's insane to me. You know what I'm saying? But as I mentioned before earlier in the video, I want to give my condolences to Stefan's family and say R.I.P. Stefan. Continue to rest peacefully. And I want y'all to get in them comments and let me know what y'all think about this whole situation, man. You know? It's truly, truly a tragic situation on all angles, you know? And you hate to see it, a young life gone too soon. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that subscribe button for me. And y'all let me know what y'all think. It's your boy 1K News and Reactions, and I'm gone.